Hello friends, this is Mark from the Human-Cetacean Alliance. If you are new to this channel and you wonder what cetaceans might be, cetaceans are dolphins, whales and porpoises. They're little lesser known cousins. And now that that is out of the way, I'm here today to talk to you about the imminent launch of my online course. An online course that is called the Human-Cetacean Alliance. Who would have thought? The Human-Cetacean Alliance, well, first let me tell you about the title of this video too. One course to free them all. So if you are totally foreign to anything related with Professor Tolkien and with his magnum opus, The Lord of the Rings. It's a Lord of the Rings reference, a reference to the famous line, "One ring to rule them all." And there is meaning to that reference. It's not just a witty, smarty pants grab. It might have hooked some of you, but we live a time of liberation, really. This whole period and this narrower period of spring 2026 and of the month of April holds a very strong, very powerful potential liberation. And I'll be bold enough to say that this course is part of that dynamic. So, first a little bit of context. I was trying to say contextualization. I'm just going to say context. A bit of context about the origin and the purpose of the course. A few years ago, in a meditation, I was approached by a dolphin, and the dolphin communicated to me that I was strongly invited to center my activity for the time being on the relationship between humanity and the cetacean realm, because that relationship is very crucial. It's very paramount, it's very key, very strategic, of strategic importance for the time we're living. And the reason for that is, well, there are many reasons. So I'm going to ad-lib here. I'm going to freestyle because this could go in so many directions. We are about to break free from a very long period of containment where we were isolated from other cultures. Now, obviously not from other human cultures. There's always been contact between those to various degrees, but other advanced non-human or other human cultures that are both present here on planet Earth and elsewhere in the wider cosmos. So we have been in quarantine for millennia, isolated from these cultures, and that containment is about to break down. And it's going to be a challenge. It's going to be a challenge to relearn communication and relationship with other advanced cultures. And as I was just saying, some of them live with us here on Earth. And when I say on Earth, it's not necessarily on the surface of the Earth, because there are beings who live under the crust of the Earth, or in the crust of the Earth. It's what many call the inner Earth. There are those who live under the sea, at least under the surface of the sea. And okay, this is going to sound a bit wild for some of you, but there are even those who live in the atmosphere. And some of these cultures are in the same frequency range as us, what we call the third dimension, and others live in more subtle frequency ranges. So what you could call other dimensions, or at least other dimensional octaves. And we have to start somewhere with these cultures. And there is a starting point that is in fact very obvious, and it is so obvious that we miss it, which is that many of these cultures, almost all of them in fact, have stayed hidden from us over the last millennia. But there is one that doesn't stay hidden at all, in fact that is looking, that is always eager to connect with us and to relate with us and to interact with us, and that is the cetacean, the advanced cetacean culture. And the problem is we haven't recognized it as such. We have thought, oh, these are animals. You know? And don't take me wrong, I have the highest respect and love for, and the deepest love for animals. I love them. I love them, and I do my best not to harm them, which is challenging in this kind of reality. But I do my best to cause as less harm as I can to any life form, as little harm as I can to any life form. Now, do cetaceans qualify as animals? They do as much as we do. We are animals to an extent, to a degree. It's part of us. We have the animalistic nature within us. We are also partly plant, and we are partly mineral. But there is something else to us too, and there is something else to them too. Now, the reason why we've had trouble to acknowledge them as an advanced culture is that number one, we don't understand their language, and number two, they don't build things. So why don't they build things? First, because they don't need to, obviously. They don't need it for survival, and they don't need it for expression either. So that is because they live in an environment that is radically different from ours. We express and we reside in a solid environment, and they express and reside in a fluid environment, and that has lots of implications. And it's been their choice as a soul group, just as it's been ours as a soul group to embody and express in a solid reality, or at least that appears as solid. But because they don't build things, it doesn't mean that they don't have an advanced culture. It doesn't mean that they don't know artistic expression. In fact, they are great musicians. They live in a realm of sound and vocalizations and music, truly. Now, our ears have troubles to recognize their vocalizations as music, because our ears are not configured to decode their sounds as music. But some smart people have managed to do that. Now, In the case of whales, of course, the whale song is a reality that is well known. But dolphins also sing, in fact. Okay, so back to One Course to Free Them All. So we live a time of liberation. One aspect of that liberation is breaking free from quarantine and recreating relationships with the other advanced cultures that share our mother planet with us. And I believe the one we have to start with, or at least the one that it would be highly recommended to start with, is cetaceans. Because they are beings of love. And that is in fact reflected in their environment, the fluidity, the limitlessness of their environment. They live in unity consciousness, not oneness, that is something different. They live in unity consciousness, in full consciousness of the interconnectedness of all life. And they are very heart-centered beings. They are very heart-centered. They live in and from and through unconditional love. And so it is very safe to connect with them. Nobody expects to be attacked by a whale or a dolphin, you know, even though their presence can be really impressive. Nobody expects that. Even an orca is not going to attack you. You know, orcas could very easily make us into a snack, but they'll never do that. So interaction with them is very, very safe. And because of the unity consciousness they are anchored in, and the unconditional love that they express, they are the ideal bridge for us as a first step. They are the ideal bridge to reconnect with other advanced cultures. We'll never see them as threatening, and they'll never be threatening. They'll never have an agenda. And that can be the issue with many other cultures, advanced cultures. Even if they don't have an agenda, we might very quickly be suspicious that they do. Because, let's not fool ourselves, there are many beings out there whom we haven't been at least officially in contact with for a long time, that have an agenda. And sometimes they look very benevolent and very beautiful and like very, very nice guys. Very nice guys. Appearances can be deceptive and deceitful. So the potential, the liberation potential of this period, they can help us greatly to liberate ourselves from the mind control and from the enslavement. So that doesn't mean they are completely free themselves, because the imposition at this level of life in the third dimensional realm, the imposition has been weighing upon every single life form to various degrees. And for them it's to a lesser degree than for us, to a lesser extent. And that is partially due to the fluidity of their environment. So they are less easy to control. They're less easy to fixate to begin with, to put into a pen and to regulate. So So with their multidimensional abilities, because they have multidimensional abilities like we do, but for most of us it's not conscious. They are conscious of it and they use them. It's part of their life, it's part of their daily lives. So with their multidimensional abilities, they can help us to break free. They can help us to liberate ourselves. And so the fundamental purpose of this online course is to experience that communication, that heart-based, soul-based communication with them, and to go into partnership with them for our mutual benefit. And when it comes to our benefit, is to help us break free from our conditioning, remember who we truly are, and removing the controls, removing the controls that are all over us and all within us. So this course has a deeply transformational quality to it. And quite frankly, and I'm going to be very honest here, very honest with you, I don't know anyone who attended the course who didn't experience a breakthrough from it in one form or another. And for some people, it's been truly life-changing. It's been truly life-changing. Because this communication, this partnership, it changes the way you experience life. It changes the way you experience life. So what does that mean in more specific terms? It means more joy. It means more peace. It means more connection. Connection to your deeper nature, connection to others, connection to nature, connection to the consciousness and the heart of our planet. And of course, connection with cetaceans, who act as catalysts and facilitators in that whole process. So there is a great healing aspect to this as well, because their energies, their presences can really help us to heal from trauma, from emotional wounds, from distorted mental patterns, and even from physical conditions. And the simple fact of reconnecting with them at that deep level is a healing in and of itself, because it helps us break from the isolation that's been imposed upon us. So this is some of the benefits you can expect from this course. Now, the reason why I call that video "One Course to Free Them All," even when put into proper context, it might sound pretty ambitious to you, or even arrogant, bombastic. All right, so full disclosure, I don't expect my course to free every single human on the planet fully and immediately. That's said. What I know it is going to do, though, is to contribute to humanity's liberation. So this course and its previous runs and its future runs are contributing in a significant way to liberate not just the participants but the collective. because from the participants, that effect ripples out into the human collective, and it helps. It really, really helps. And of course, there are many initiatives that go in that same direction. But this one is special to me, obviously. This course is my pride and my joy. And I have so many testimonials from how it improved people's lives, how it changed them for the better. So you can definitely go to the page on my website, the course page that is referenced in the description of the video. You have a link there, you can click and you can go and savor all these very juicy and tasty testimonials. Now, to be a bit specific about the format, the course is made of 5 modules, and these 5 modules are actually live meetings. At least the live version of the course. There is also a recorded version, but here I'm talking about the live version. So the live version of the course is made of 5 modules that are being, how would I say, that are taking place over 5 weeks. So once a week we meet online via Zoom, and I'm talking to you, I'm talking to the participants. I share information with them regarding who the cetaceans are, how they live their lives, where they came from, what their role is, what their functions are, regarding nature, regarding the earth, regarding us humans. And we also, very importantly, experience contact and communication with them through guided meditations. And these guided meditations are, according to people's experience, they are very powerful. They are very powerful and they are very beautiful experiences. And they are the hands-on part of the course, so to speak. They are what enables a deeper level of communication. And we don't just communicate, we also work with them. We also work with our cetacean partners, friends, allies, because we really create bonds of friendship. It's not just a word. We really make friends or get reacquainted with old friends, and we go to work with them. And there is no shortage of work, and I can tell you that. There's a lot of work to do in the oceans, a lot. So we combine our powerful creative powers, our powerful multidimensional abilities with them in order to clean, clear, rebalance, heal the oceans. There's a lot of nasty stuff in the oceans. So we have our work cut out for us. What else can I tell you? Yeah, each module is recorded. So if you can't attend a module live, you can always watch the recording. And of course, the main interest of the live course is interaction with other participants. So you might say, hey, if I watch the recording, I miss the interaction, because you don't get to directly share your experiences, you don't get to ask questions. So, well, there is a solution to that, which is a dedicated Facebook group. So if you miss a module, or even 2, or however many modules that might be, the dedicated Facebook group still enables you to connect with the other participants, to share your experiences. You can write about your experiences. You can record a little video of yourself describing your experiences, and you can ask questions too, and I will answer them. What else? Yes, so as I said, this is imminent. The course starts on the 7th, on the 7th of April. So it is really going to be launched in that rising energy of the renewal of the spring, and that is very significant. It's the right time for the course to take place again. Now, if you have attended the course in the past and you think, okay, I know it all, been there, done that, no need for it again, I invite you to consider things a little bit deeply, to feel into things a little bit deeply, because each new run of the course is different. We are dealing with beings of fluidity, remember? And the content of the course is also fluid. So there is, of course, that structure of the 5 modules. There is a main theme for each module, an overarching prominent theme, but it's going to be different every time. The way the course, because the course is also an entity in and of itself, so the way we co-create the course and the way that being that the course is expresses itself will be different every time. It will be new every time. So it's spring, right? it's for the new. Do I have anything else to tell you for the time being? There will be other videos. I will be releasing other videos this week to tell you further, to share more about the course. And I also have a request for you. So if you really resonate with what I have shared with you here, and you wish to contribute in some way, you can help by sharing this video on social networks, or by telling people about it, about the course. And I am making this request to you from a place of true empowerment. I am not begging here. I am not talking out of greed nor out of need. I am talking out of a place of empowerment, because my fundamental desire and my fundamental purpose is to empower humanity. And because I know this course is meant to empower many, I ask for your support. If that feels right to you, if you feel resonant with that call, I'm asking for your support, and you can help spread the information in whatever way feels appropriate to you. All right, so that's it for today. I'll share more. I'll share more in other videos over this week, and you might possibly receive emails from me as well. If you are on my contact list and you receive my newsletter, you'll learn about the course from the newsletter as well. So, see you soon in another video. In the meantime, take care. All the best.